name's Zara and I'm one of the artists that's been commissioned as part of the Cultivate Commissions programme. I've been commissioned to produce a new participatory artwork called New Shrines Hope. So New Shrines Hope is a new participatory artwork where I've been engaging with people that are visiting, working and living in Bishop Auckland, and I've been inviting them to think about what they hope for. I've been asking them to express these hopes and represent these hopes by embossing pieces of gold foil to create kind of, I'm calling them amulets, that become representations of their aspirations and their dreams. And then I'm bringing these together to create a final installation, which will be kind of two things really. It'll be like a non-denominational shrine, but it'll also be self-portrait of a place through the hopes of the people that live, work there and are visiting there. The commission has been a fantastic opportunity to build new relationships with organisations. A key organisation that I've worked with really closely that's been a phenomenal supporter for the project has been the Auckland Project. They've kind of commissioned additional work as a result of this project to expand it, allowing me to deliver more workshops and engage with even bigger audiences. I'm hoping that that relationship is going to continue to grow, and as well the libraries groups and the community groups and schools that I've been going into. I wouldn't have made those connections if it wasn't for this commission, and I'm really hoping that again new opportunities to work collaboratively with these organisations will flourish after this project. Living in County Durham, there are so many amazing things about living here, about the landscape and about our heritage, but there aren't as many opportunities as there might be if you were, say, of course, in London. So I've really seen this commission and also my role as an artist as a way of giving that opportunity to people from all walks of life to engage with critical contemporary art practice and work with a visual artist. I felt like that's a lot of responsibility and I've taken that really seriously.
My name's Emery Southwick. I'm an artist, life model and facilitator, and my project is Pride of Place creative workshops. And the idea is to get queer people to engage with special places around County Durham and share them with me so that we can celebrate unapologetic queerness around the county. The commission has meant that I can try out this idea and see if it works and have the opportunity to engage with the community whilst also being able to pay myself, which is really important because I value my time, and I think that it's great that as an artist my idea is valued and I am valued, and it means that I'm in a better place to give back to the community because I know that I'm happy and coming from a stable place to do these workshops. I'd say what surprised me is how well everyone has reacted. People have made the most incredible pieces of art and they've been so varied, from the places that they cover to the mediums that people have used. It's just been fantastic to see that so many people have taken the idea of Pride of Place and like a queer Pride of Place and just run with it. That's really beautiful for me to see. At the end of the project, all of the art is going to be put into a book which is going to get published so that there is a record of all of these wonderful queer spaces that exist around the county. And I would like to be able to do more regular art workshops with more people and eventually turn this into a queer sober space that exists in Durham. It's something that I've been working on for a few years, and this is sort of the leap that I've taken to get that started, and it's been very, very exciting for me to do that.
It's just giving us the space to do some fun things with friends and get involved in the community.
To be creative in a safe space as well, that's really important.
I would love to see more of these things around the area because I think workshops like this give people a lovely space to just be themselves, be creative and work on new ideas for themselves and others.
My project supports the creative offering that is available in County Durham because it is specifically for an underrepresented group of people who are very often at the sidelines and not necessarily thought about in terms of opportunities that are available. So by specifically saying these workshops are for queer people, the whole point is that I am reaching this marginalised group so that we can come together, we can find community, make new friendships and new connections, but also make beautiful art together. And I think that's wonderful.
My name is Joe Bunce. I am the Artistic Director of Paper Finch, and we are working here on an installation called The Machine. This is like a 7-day installation which changes every day, from a photo booth to a karaoke machine to a jukebox to an art transaction machine, all these different amazing little creative moments that will just pop up in this Castledene shopping centre that someone can drop into and just muck about with for 5 minutes and just kind of spark a bit of creativity just on a normal everyday. It's been really enormously a privilege to be part of this cohort, and real contrast to some commissions in the past where there's been a real micromanaging level of stress, whereas in this I said an idea that I'd like to do and the team at More Nowt said, oh, we'll get you in touch with this person and this person, and made all the connections and said yes. That power of saying yes to the idea, trusting and believing in the artist to sort of deliver something out of it. A lot of the time creativity is limited to certain spaces, theatres, museums, galleries. We sort of think, oh, there's this threshold of that's the creative space, this is the everyday. And when you're able to put in creativity leaching into the everyday and to suddenly see, what's this? I think that can really foster a beautiful sort of pride of place. Cultivate Commissions has really, really allowed me to create something I've been dreaming of for years.
My name is Ruth Flowers. I'm an emerging visual artist based in Peterlee, and I work mostly in ceramics, painting and other craft-based making. So Rivers Within has been inspired by a lifelong love of local folklore. Rivers Within is about the Lambton worm and local people's relationships with Durham's waterways. So as part of the Cultivate Commission, the practical side of it is I've been facilitating workshops with local groups, investigating their relationships with water, and it's been inspired by the archaeology department and the collections at the Palace Green. So they've been making things like small vessels, tiles, that kind of thing. One of the nice surprises that I got from doing this commission is that when I got to know Gemma Lewis, the archaeology curator at Durham Uni, she introduced me to the Palace Green collection. I could see very quickly that the ongoing relationship that people have had with the river is lasted for hundreds and hundreds of years. The opportunity with Cultivate Commissions is definitely given me that opportunity to really get my teeth into my interest in local folklore and actually interact with other people in the community about it. People that wouldn't necessarily automatically assume that the North East is their home, but I think once you get talking to people about the stories that they've got connected to the area, they soon realise that they have got an affection for the North East, and it gives them a sense of pride.
My name is Lizzie Lovejoy. I am a poet, performer and picture maker, and my project is Trailways, a community collaborative project along the original line from Bishop Auckland to Hyington. So I ran a range of workshops with a group called Sisters of Support, and we created our own mental well-being zines where we created a book of us and our identity. And so we were doing lots of practical skills with paper folding and bookmaking, and creative skills where we're trying to interpret who we are and think about who we could be, who we want to be, what we want to show the world. And that has developed further into creative writing activities that took place here at Locomotion, where we got to learn people's railway-focused stories, people's personal stories, and create a range of poems and spoken word pieces, which then led to a big performance event night at the Oakleaf in Aycliffe, where a range of performers and the general public coming for open mic shared lots and lots of stories from our local community. It has been brilliant to be part of a cohort. I have been able to be involved in other people's projects and ask them to be involved in mine, and it adds this whole new layer of creativity, the different ways that we work, the ways that we can learn from each other. The musical skills of Sam Slatcher have bled into my poetry, and then the wonderful words of Alison have influenced the directions that I take. I have been so amazed and inspired by all of the brilliant people that have been part of all of these commissions. The fact that we've been able to work together has really pushed me to do new things and try different ways of working.
Creating a stage for people, Lizzie's created an amazing community that feels welcoming tonight. So I know there's people that perform regularly, but also people that haven't connected before. So it's given that space for people both to connect, but also perform their artwork or get up and stand up and do something that they don't usually do, which gives them confidence in their creativity in County Durham.
You know, we're all learning from each other, and that you can do anything. That's what we're learning, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, this project really supports the creative offering of the North East. People like Lizzie and some of the other poets who've been here today, you know, are all working in really interesting ways, and it's giving them voice, it's amplifying the work they do, it's helping new audiences meet them and hear their ideas, and hopefully beyond the project here, sharing on social media, sharing these songs in new ways, you know, is going to elevate the sort of the story of the North East.
There's often a belief, if you live in a more rural area or an area that's not necessarily connected to a city, that cultural activities and cultural identity, that those are things you can't do, can't be involved with. And these commissions have proved otherwise, that everyone in the county is worthy of being involved and celebrating who they are.